Mikel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Injury-wise, you've got 4 or 5 players who aren't seriously injured, who might be on the verge of a return. Can I just go through them with you?
Yeah.
Declan Rice?
He obviously wasn't available. He had to leave the London Derby, and he hasn't trained yet. We have another session in an hour or two, so we'll have more news about him today.
Gabriel Martinelli?
Again, he hasn't trained, and we want him back. We need him back, but at the moment he's not been available.
Leandro Trossard?
Same situation.
And Bukayo Saka?
Same situation.
Would it be a judgment that you make based on what happens today, and also based on the fact you've got Lens and then Manchester City coming up as well?
No, the assessment is, okay, is he fit enough? Is he done enough to be able to be selected tomorrow? That's the question mark, and so far he hasn't trained with the team.
Are some of those nearer than others, or they all around the same?
They are all in the same pool, and Willie as well had a knock. Fabio as well wasn't involved in the last game, so we have a few. We have to assess them today, how they see, and adapt to the situation, because that's a big number.
The fact that with Saka, he's got this this record consecutive run of games. If he came to you and said, "Boss, I want to keep that run going," would that be a factor?
Well, that would mean that he's feeling good, and B's got now enough experience and understanding on when he's ready to help the team and when he's not. But that's what all the managers want to hear, that they want to play, and they are feeling good to play. That's the most important thing.
And in terms of the goalkeeper, the ineligible goalkeeper situation, can I take it for granted that the keeper that starts will have a surname that begins with R?
You are a genius. I have my answer for the rest of the season. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
Your first game in charge of Arsenal was at Bournemouth.
Yes.
I think only 2 of the starting lineup that day are still at the club. What does that say about the job that you and Edu have done in that time?
Well, obviously a lot of changes. It's been a while now. It's been 3.5 years, or almost 4 years since that moment. A really special one. A lot of things has changed. Many of them are positive, and a lot of things on that journey, that's for sure.
And Andoni Iraola was born within 3 months of you, 7 miles away. You're almost brothers.
Well, we know each other really well. We played together. We had fantastic times together. We played in Antiguoco. It's a team in San Sebastian that has produced a lot of players over the years. They do fantastic work, and we were privileged to be raised there, to be educated there, and that's the beauty of football, that 30, 40 years later, we are together in the Premier League as managers, both of them, and I'm really, really happy for him.
Is there something in the Basque region water that produces good football coaches?
Well, first of all, is the passion about the game, about football. I think the education that we get, a level of coaches there is really good. They really take care of the academy. You have to see Real Sociedad, Athletic Bilbao, Eibar, all those teams. They do fantastic work to raise talent, and it's not a coincidence that a lot of players have come through there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi.
How would you compare your team today to the team that won 3-0 at the Vitality Stadium last season?
Very difficult to compare. We want to play like we did that day, even better, and still win the game. We have some changes, and the team is in a different moment. The objective is going to be the same, to be better than Bournemouth and beat them. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
In terms of the goalkeeper situation, can you recall any periods of your playing or managerial career where there were 2 world-class goalkeepers fighting for the #1 spot every week?
Yeah.
Can you talk us through those situations?
Since I was 13 years old, one in Antiguoco and the other one in Barcelona. My 2 goalkeepers in the team were Víctor Valdés and Pepe Reina.
And does this inspire you in the way you manage the situation today?
I don't know, but I was so safe. I look back and I have Pepe Reina and Víctor Valdés. I was like, we have a big chance to win the game.
What's your biggest challenge this season in terms of improving your team?
Well, playing better every day. Playing better and suffocating the opponent more, create more chances, concede 0, and play as far as possible from our goal.
Is it the goalkeeper situation, the midfield, the forwards? What's the most difficult
It,
situation?
it's all
to
it's
deal
all
with?
it's all linked, and the opponent has a big say on that. You know, you face different behaviors from opponents, different constants. Games open up when you score early, when you don't, when you concede, when you have errors. A lot of things affect, but continue winning.
Thank you, Miguel.
Thank
Ian
you.
from Talksport.
Hi Miguel,
Hi.
hope you're well. 9 matches unbeaten so far in all competitions. Must be pleased that obviously, depending on the situation, you still managed to come through and not be beaten by anybody yet this season.
For sure, and we have to continue to do that, and that's the mindset that we want every single game, win in any context, and we had very different contexts throughout the season already, and that's gonna keep changing. And as you can see now, with the amount of situation that we have in the team, with the uncertainty of players, it's going to be even more. Playing every 3 days, having to win, having to compete in 3 different competitions in 7 days, and that's the challenge, and we are up for it. That's for sure.
I was at a press conference last week when Mauricio Pochettino said you can't buy confidence in the supermarket. He was saying you have to instill it in the team. How much are you instilling that in the team? How much do the players do it themselves?
Well, it's a huge thing, and it is the individual one, and it is the collective one, and then is the one that is external as well, and that confidence obviously transmit to each other. And yeah, playing well and winning matches is always the best thing to do, and we are in a good moment.
You've spoken about your friendship with the Bournemouth manager. How easy is that to put aside when you're going into a game?
I think very easy. You are in winning mode, compete, get the best out of your team, and get in the battle. And before and after is a different story, especially after, but during there is nothing there.
So you'll definitely pop in and see him after the game.
For sure, yes.
Okay. Can I ask you one final one? Apart from the goalkeeping situation, the only other person that seems to be talked about recently is Kai Havertz, who doesn't seem to, perhaps from the outside, settled in or produced his best form yet. How are you going to get the best out of Kai Havertz?
Trying to help him as much as possible. Be next to him, giving the tools, giving the confidence, and giving the minutes to exploit his talent. There's so many parts of his game that he's doing exceptionally well, and we know the one that needs to keep improving. But as always, with any players, giving support, especially when you see a player that does what he does every single day, and the way he tries, the way he applies himself, is giving support, more tools, and if they don't perform, it's because it's up to us.
So you hope he'll play his way into form, basically.
Yes, and he needs to glide within the team. You know, the amount of time that he's played in the left unit with those players is 3 times, 4 times, you know, and we're going to have to carry on doing that. And certainly we have the experience of that with many other players, and try to give him as much support and confidence as we possibly can, because that's going to help him for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pathetic.